Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It's Palestine here. My phone has just turned on without my permission. So you get me as you get me, because I didn't really get a chance to organize myself the way I would have liked to. What this video is about is the fact that yesterday I received a letter from the surgeon that performed the lumpectomy. And I'm not actually going to read the letter word for word, but there were some important points in the letter that I wanted to point out. And the reason why is because when I had the mammogram and the ultrasound, they said the tumor was 20 millimeters. But in this letter, he said that I had a left scalp guided wide local incision and sentinel node biopsy. And they sent it to histology, and it was a 13 millimeter grade 3 invasive ductal carcinoma, so that's IDC, which was completely excised. But also associated with this, I had a 30 millimeter of high grade dcis, which unfortunately reaches the medial margin. So 13 plus 30 is 43. So the tumor wasn't 20 millimeters. It was actually 43 millimeters. And so it was closer to 2 inches and not 1 inch. And that's what they say. They say that they give you the mammogram and they give you the ultrasound, but when they actually get the tumor could be bigger than what they said it was. And that was what happened with me. So my tumor was double the size that they said it was. And it wasn't just one tumor, it was two, because it was one tumor that was dcis, that was ductal carcinoma in situ, and I believe that's stage 0. And then it was a second tumor that was IDC, that's invasive ductal carcinoma. But the two tumors combined were 43 centimeters, being close to 2 inches. And then, and it says that I have to have another surgery, and they're going to have a repeat HER2 testing of the tumor. And I don't know what he means by that. I don't know if the tumor that he took out, he's going to HER2 test, or the second lumpectomy, he's going to HER2 test. I'm not sure exactly, but I wanted to go over this letter for you because, yeah, when you have the mammogram and the ultrasound, they tell you, well, the tumor is this big and this is what we think, and they do a biopsy. But obviously, when they actually got the tumor, I didn't have one tumor. I had two tumors. One tumor was a DCIS stage 0, and then the second tumor was IDC. Let's see. IDC, and I believe it was a stage 1. And the reason why is because they said that there were no lymph nodes affected. So since there were no lymph nodes affected, and since it was a small tumor, I'm assuming that it's a stage 1, although they didn't tell me any stages. I have to come to my own conclusions. And so that was the letter that I received, and I thought that since I'm discussing my cancer diagnosis on this channel, I thought that my viewers who have an interest in my breast cancer would want to know about the letter that I received from the surgeon. So in a little over 2 weeks' time, in about 2 weeks' time, I have to have another operation, and I will keep you updated on that. But last night I went to the Depression Expression meeting because I go to the Depression Expression meetings. We started going a long time ago, and then they had COVID, and so we stopped going. And now we started going again because my boyfriend said he was depressed, and so we started going again. And last night the speaker who was supposed to speak didn't turn up, so we were just talking, and I was speaking to this one guy, and I don't know his name, which I couldn't say his name even if I knew it, and he was telling me that both his mother and his father died from cancer, and he said that his mother had breast cancer, and he said that she got breast cancer the first time maybe in her 40s, and she had a lump, and so she went to the doctor, told the doctor that she had a lump, and they were just like, oh, that's nothing, you know. And then but she finally insisted that she wanted to have the lump removed, and when she did actually have the lump removed, they told her, they said, well, yeah, sorry, it was cancer. So if she hadn't had insisted that they have the lump removed, she could have expired a lot sooner than she actually had. And I'm not a very insistent person, so if they had just told me it's nothing, I probably would have just gone away unhappy. I'm not sure that I would have insisted that they remove the lump. And then so she had chemotherapy and radiotherapy after this first incidence of cancer. And then he said that she was cancer-free for like 13 years. Well, they hadn't detected any cancer for 13 years. And then she got more lumps on her breast. And then when she got more lumps on her breast, they knew that the cancer had come back, and she had chemotherapy and radiotherapy, but by that time it was too late. I believe she was in her 70s when she died, so she gave it a good run for its money. So, but that's what this guy told me, and so I've been talking to quite a few people who have had cancer or who had relatives who had cancer, and so far the people that I've spoken to, one lady, her daughter expired from cancer, and this one man that I spoke to yesterday, his mother expired from cancer. But I've also spoken to two people at Depression Expression who seem to be doing okay. So it's really hit and miss as to whether the cancer comes back. And the thing is, it's like when they give you the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy, what they try to do is they try to kill all the cancer cells. But a cancer cell could escape, and it could escape, and then if it escapes and goes somewhere else, then it is metastasized. And I did actually watch a YouTube video about somebody whose cancer started as stage 0, and then it actually metastasized from there. So just because you're stage 0 or stage 1 doesn't necessarily mean that the cancer is not going to metastasize. It just depends on how well your body is at being able to fight irregular cells. So I've been speaking over 8 minutes now. So I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I talked about the letter that I received from the surgeon, and then I talked about this person that I spoke to last night at the Depression Expression meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will be keeping you up to date on my cancer diagnosis.